Okay, thanks for joining me, Marcella. So we are here today to solve the problem for the leaders and founders we've been working with who are having trouble starting a knowledge base. They don't know where to start, how to start, worried it's going to take them forever. So we have come up with a solution to assist them in building their foundational knowledge base. Building foundational knowledge with RPG, right, Marcella? So in talking with a few, nice one. In talking with a few of our founders, we had established that the biggest problem they have is really time and also information overload, right? Because these are high-level people. They have data points everywhere. So it's getting those things into the knowledge base that it is probably one of their biggest problems. So I thought, what if we have a voice-based solution? So rather than having to sit there and type just endless streams of data and regurgitate the stuff, which is extremely boring for any of us to have to do, what if you could just talk to it? So when I started experimenting with it, I realized that the difference between a typed input and a voice input is so dramatic. And when you're talking with the AI that we've built, there is no more typing. The AI is going to put the question on screen. You can use the voice input. You can talk to it. So when the AI asks you, how do you feel about your business and X decision, you can actually have a conversation and tell it exactly how you feel. There's going to be more inflection, more passion, more reality. So,
Well, Ryan, it's interesting. Since you told me that you were working on this, I started using more voice input
mhm,
because I hate the loss of time when I'm driving.
right.
So I thought about what you said and some of the problems, or yeah, some of the problems that we're solving that I was having a hard time putting to paper, and just
Hmm.
started voice streaming those ideas, brainstorming those ideas into the voice input. And when I brought it back and had AI digest it, it was so calming to
Hmm.
see it on digital paper, if you will.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
can really appreciate the effect this has. And what I'm talking about is this big compared to where you're taking us next. But I did want to thank you for
Right.
that because it made a big difference in that feeling as an entrepreneur, as a founder, that I'm wasting time
Hmm.
driving when I could be thinking and documenting my process, my frameworks, my ideas into a system that will then start to digest it in the way that you are about to suggest. So I just wanted to
Absolutely.
put some of like a good moment to use that for those of us that are trying to
Yeah.
build businesses and
No, I
have
think that's,
kids.
yeah, and live life. I think that's a great point because I'm going to share my screen with it right now. But I think, what the hell? Excuse me. All right, we'll edit that bit out then. Um, are you seeing my talk to?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my screen's weird here. I don't know what's going on.
Yep, I
Okay,
see it perfectly.
okay, good. Sorry, I'm not seeing it here. Someone's up my screen.
Not a problem.
Okay, so what we've got here is a package that if you come and sign up with us, $50 a month, you'll be able to get access to this package. And this is going to help you build your knowledge base by going through a process with this AI, which you can unpack. It's delivered to you in a zip file, and it essentially is going to interview the founder, Marcella. So it goes through a series of 100 questions. Those questions are broken out into, let's see. Okay, so we'll go through this here. Basically, this is kind of the walkthrough. So a traditional approach, if you're going to start building, your own knowledge base, is going to take you a long time. You've got to collate all the information, get everything together. The key thing with this is the real juicy parts of your knowledge that are your actual assets are actually in your head. So to start
Mhm.
building with the spoken voice is a great way to get started. Now, I know 100 questions seems like a lot of questions. So what we've done, you can break that down with the AI into 4 manageable pieces. So you can do 25 questions at a time. I did 10 questions when we were first testing this yesterday, and the 10 questions took me about 20, 25 minutes, I would say. I did get quite involved with it because the AI will iterate down on what you're saying. If it feels you're not qualifying the questions properly, it will continue to quiz you until it feels that it's got a satisfactory answer for it to actually put into the database. So you go through your quiz. And let me just show you on the setup guide, because this will give a little bit more insight on the installation and setup guide that we have here. What you are creating at the end of the day is this voice DNA spreadsheet for your knowledge base, which is included in your package that you will receive from us. And there is another spreadsheet in there as well. This is the one that will be created from your questions. But there's also another spreadsheet in there for additional information that is already pre-filled. You just need to go and get the asset and plug it in or answer the question on the sheet. So there's a little bit more to it than just the 100 questions. So each tab is organized for your questions over 6 categories. So within those 6 categories, we break it down into your personal identity. So we have 15 questions based on that, on your background, your values, and your story. Professional background, 20 questions, experience, expertise, and credentials. Your business philosophy, this gets nice and deep and gives some good context to the actual knowledge base about your mission, your vision, your approach. Strategic thinking, communication style, operations, and process. So these are the 6 pillars, the foundation of the data that we are creating. And on this page here, we break it down a little bit more into, what each one goes into. So the process is very simple. You unpack the package, you can deploy it into Manus. We have a link to get a free Manus account that you can deploy this into. It's as simple as unpacking a zip file. I am going to make a video on it with the installation guide so that everybody can see how this works. But in essence, once it's unpacked, which takes you probably 5 minutes to get it set up, AI asks you the question. You answer using the voice mode. If you wish, you can type if you want to, but voice mode makes the data much richer. The AI is then going to answer the transcribe from your voice, and it's going to store that in the data. It's going to move to the next question. When you complete a section or when you complete the entire series of questions, you will be delivered your knowledge base, and you can then download your knowledge base and reload it back into the AI and empower your AI with your knowledge. This entire process with the 100 questions would take, I think, if you're going to be detailed and you're going to really soul search and give some very strong answers, you are looking about a 3-hour commitment to get this finished. However, that versus a 80-85 commitment compared with some of the others. So that, in essence, is what we have. In order to get this, Marcella, we're going to direct people to Ready, Plan, Grow. They sign
Mhm.
up for our plan, and you would need to sign up for the premium membership, $50 a month. And once you're signed up, you'll receive a welcome email that will have instructions where you can go to recover everything. So I'm going to stop sharing. Do you have any questions, Marcella?
Why bother, Ryan? Why should I spend 3 hours doing this? You created this because
Mhm.
a leader, actually more than one thought leader, came to you with a problem that they were solving for. You've said, give me 3 hours, I will give you back 50 plus hours of
Right.
your life. So, where do those 50 hours go right now or leak out that people aren't appreciating? Like, what is that value?
That leak right now is is them not being able to focus and sit down and get started with this project. So they know that this project is a 50 plus hour project to sit and collate everything and pull everything together. So the initial time saving is the compression of time in building your knowledge base. However, the compounded time saving, for example, as you experienced today, when you texted me and said, "Hey Ryan, I need a blog post about why do we need a knowledge base and what's it going to do for us?" Because I've already started going through this process, and I only know this because I saw the data point today. I have 286 data points in my Ryan AI right now. I added the additional ones in from the interview that I did yesterday when I was testing, and I literally copied your text. I put it into my Ryan AI or my Ryan RPG AI and told it, give me a 1,200 word blog post that's on point, discuss everything we've been working on with regards to this, and deliver this for our customers. And
Right. So for a team structure, the
mhm,
bottleneck is you. I mean, how often do we hear ourselves say, "Oh, I meant to," or "I've got to get that documented for you, I've got to get that back to you." Our
right.
team, our companies need the brain capacity, or I'm going to say the brain storage that you have put somewhere so that they can get access to it,
Right.
create that next step, and even draft it, right? Nobody wants to
Mhm,
think that their voice, not actual, although we're getting there, that their
right.
voice or their thoughts are being put out publicly without a review. That's on you. I still
Absolutely.
review every single thing that gets published. However, as you said, because of this knowledge base creation, going through this process you've created, and our own knowledge base, I am able to create a month's worth of content
Mhm,
in a very short amount of time.
absolutely.
And that's really what we're trying to get to, is to release that bottleneck that so many leaders have because they've retained all of this incredible 30 plus years of industry knowledge, 30 plus years of detailed knowledge
Yes.
that is so difficult to document. And what you are really giving us is the ability to use our voice to
Mhm,
document it, not in a perfect way, but in a way that AI can improve and then facilitate further communication, decision making from it. And that to me is the
absolutely.
magic of this knowledge base capability.
Yes, very much so. And also, it's when you're going through the conversational process with the AI, you, because it's conversational, it's a different world to just answering a series of questions like a multiple choice or just give a, one sentence answer or something. And because the AI is actually is seriously looking at what you're answering and qualifying, has this person really answered what I asked them? And it's very detailed in telling you if you haven't. So it's making this wonderful, wonderful map that is so much richer. I can't think of a better word for it right now. But the richness and the detail due to the voice input is, I mean, knowledge base is first of all, mwah, chef's kiss for AI, but the to put the input into it this way is amazing. And the next thing that we will work on at RPG Technical is to start making these databases self-improving. So that will be the next step. So it's very interesting stuff. Oh, look
And
at you.
ultimately, it's buying time back. I mean, this is the
Yeah,
beauty of it. I can't put a dollar value on the time I get back, the ability to do other things, not enough of this, but to do other things. And most importantly, to know that the things I needed to accomplish are getting accomplished outside of
right.
my human capacity to work.
Yep,
That's a big
exactly.
deal.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge deal. And I think we've both experienced this now where we've developed our knowledge bases to a point where I know that I can wake up in the morning, set a couple of processes running on AI. I can go and cook breakfast, take a shower, various other things, come back and, but I mean, going back quite some way, you've already done a day's work, right? You know,
I mean,
just with
I've done a
those.
week's work, what used to be a week's work in half a day today.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And because of it, I'm going to hand a virtual assistant the power of that shared knowledge based chat to then complete that tiny piece of work that needs to happen next.
Yep. Yeah, it's
It's
amazing.
incredible. It's incredible.
It
So,
is.
well, thanks, Rye, for walking us through this. I do have to
You're
say,
welcome.
today was not one of the days that we could easily avoid the jargon. I keep having to switch sides. So, I know there was a lot of technical information and a lot of nitty gritty in this, but the power of AI is not necessarily embedded in software. It's not necessarily embedded in prompts
Yep.
that stand alone. It's really a collection of information, i.e., a knowledge base, that's making it more and more powerful for the individual to facilitate teamwork, therefore leading to faster growth if you're doing it right. So,
And I think it maybe one way that this people might be able to frame it in their head as well a little bit better is if you think of Gemini, if you think of ChatGPT, Perplexity, all the AIs that are out there, if they didn't have the internet to train on, what would they be? Right? So we're taking something that's trained on the internet and thinking it's going to know about our business. So we need to apply the same
or
theory.
how we approach our business,
Right, right. Yeah, how
because
we
we
approach our
have
business.
different ways to approach our business, so it's
Yep,
how we approach our business.
exactly. And that's what we've got to plug or plant into the AI and then make that grow. So exciting
Great.
times.
All right, let's keep discovering. I mean, this is
Yes.
incredible. Thanks for the demo.
You are most welcome. I look forward to our next live. Thanks, Marcella.
See you later, Ryan.
See ya. Bye. Stay on, jump off.